Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Let's see what's on the list today. I got a couple of comments making some requests. One I want to address was a request for Succubus's Wrath. I know what you're talking about. I used to see it on this list, and yet I think within about a day of you making that request, it seems to be gone. And I've looked for it, and I have not been able to find it. If I type in Succubus here, yep, it's just gone. Even if I decide to reduce it down to just suck in case I misspell it. Nope, not there. So I have no idea where it went. Presumably this scenario went down for some reason. If it ever comes back, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But until then, sorry, not much I can do about it. The other one was a request for Vampire Plague 2.0. Since we did do the regular one, we might as well do the sequel and see how we do with that one. I have been told it is an Acroavirus, so okay. We'll give this one a shot, and then next time maybe we'll do like Necromorphs or something. But again, I need to keep seeing more comments recommending new plagues, and I will do them based primarily upon your suggestions. Alright, Vampire Plague 2.0. One night in Transylvania from 1432, a count named Vladimir Draculia III, for no reason, was terribly sick with an unknown illness. He prayed to God, caps, to forgive his sins, which gave him the nickname Vlad the Impaler. Wait, no, that doesn't... No, I don't think that's right. I don't think he was called Vlad the Impaler because he prayed to God to forgive his sins. Oh, dear God, save me from my sins and cure me of my ailment. All right, fine, you shall be now known as Vlad the Impaler. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I haven't impaled anyone. Silence, I am God, I decree it. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. God did not forgive his literally bloodlust. He stayed sick. ... Then he became mad and yelled, I'll sell my soul to the beast himself if I can live on. Sounds a little bit closer to the real story now. The next day, he passed away and was buried next to his father, Vladimir II. II. When his butler came to inspect the tomb of his masters, Vlad III's coffin was empty. The years that came covered the castle in darkness and gave the country its reputation. The staff of the castle was never seen again. Within decades, the land became habitable again. No one, blah, blah, blah. Today, a curious businessman who had bought the castle for almost nothing from someone came to inspect his property. I wonder what he found inside. I bet you it's a vampire. Let's play it. Oh, good. It isn't a Acroavirus. Excellent. I was really hoping that would be the case. So, as far as our genetic code, there are some kids screaming outside, and it's really freaking me out. What is going on? They are screaming loudly. Okay. Metabolic Jump. Do we want Metabolic Jump? Yes. I do think the red bubbles is better than the blue in this case, and that's because we are doing the Necroavirus. Necroaviruses are notorious for being cured very quickly. So, we do want Genetic Mimic to buy ourselves more time, but we will not have most of the game popping blue bubbles. Odds are pretty good they'll cure us rapidly, and then we'll use zombies to do the rest. Or in our case, probably vampires. Aquacide and Extremophile are both quite good, and I love Dopamine Inhibitor. Increase the chance of a zombie victim becoming a zombie. Means that you can snowball out of control a heck of a lot faster. Very, very solid. So, okay, we're going to stick with this. Of course, we'll play on normal difficulty. I did see a comment that I'm going to be addressing in the comment section itself, but I'll go ahead and address it in this video as well. Asking, have I ever considered playing on Mega Brutal? And the answer is yes, I have considered it. There are two reasons I generally decide it's not worth it. One, the whole point of these custom scenarios videos is that I can just kind of do them casually, have a little bit of fun with them, and just kind of upload them to YouTube. You know, I did Mega Brutal videos on all the actual plague types and scenarios, and those were generally only coming out once a week because I would spend about 5 hours per video trying to perfect some techniques so I could win, right? And I don't want to do that with all the custom scenarios. It would just kind of grind production down to a halt, and it wouldn't be as fun, honestly. I mean, I like a challenge, but you know, I like exploring and just doing new things and goofing off, too. So that's kind of the purpose of the custom scenarios. Second reason, though, is that not all of these custom scenarios are extremely well balanced. Some are too easy and some are way too hard, even on normal difficulty. So Mega Brutal might be pretty much impossible. I mean, I could do it just to show me fail and you can laugh at my misfortunes. If that's something you think you'd like to watch, I don't know, but it would take me many, many hours, probably, per video in order to find a good solution with Mega Brutal. And I'm good at the game, but not good enough where I wouldn't get frustrated, and I might just stop making videos altogether for Plague Inc. So, and I know you don't want that. So we're going to continue to play on normal. Maybe I'll consider bumping up a difficulty sometime. It depends on how easy this stuff is. We'll see. Alright, we're going to go ahead and keep the Dawnguard virus. But we're going to do a 2.0. Why not? And here we go. Welcome to Vampire Plague 2.0. This new virus has a lot of the old school stuff, but much more new things. This is the 21st century, and the humans will set up an organization named Vampire ZCOM, and they will risk everything to protect their families from this ancient threat named vampirism. You know, okay, I don't know if you're allowed to alter the text when it comes to ZCOM in a scenario, but it'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it, instead of calling it Vampire ZCOM, to just be like the Vampire Hunters or something like that, you know? Wouldn't that be more fun to give it a unique name? But I'm not sure if you can do that, so I won't criticize it too much. What to do? To win, you don't just simply evolve Vampire Regression. After you've released this threat to the world, you'll have to control your minions with new active abilities of the virus that it's borrowed from its sister, the Necroa virus. Game still says that they're zombies, and I'll update that when possible. Okay, so we're going to start off in Romania, in Transylvania. And yes, thank you for the comments reminding me that yes, Transylvania is located in Romania. I forgot, but that does make sense. Anyways, let's take a look at some options. Transmission. We have Night Stalkers, just like last time. We have blood, saliva, and fomites. Okay, nothing new there. Symptoms: bloody taste, causing an iron-like taste in the mouth, leads to night vision. Okay, pretty normal. Then we have vampire denticulation for the fangs, and vampire metabolism makes the host significantly stronger, although he will have to eat a lot. Okay, zero cost? Is that how it's supposed to be? Do I get to pick one for free? Oh, the first time is free? Yes, just a little bite. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we might as well take one of them. What's the difference, though? They have the exact same stats, and they're both free. Am I committing myself to some sort of tree here? I don't know, but let's pick one up and get the extra infectivity. Bloodlust. Host will start to like the iron salty taste. I mean, it is pretty good. Also produces dopamine. 2 points. This one now costs 1. Okay. Abilities. We have heat and cold resistance. That's normal. We have genetic reshuffle available right from the get-go, and drug resistance, and something in the middle. Probably genetic hardening or something. Well, I don't know. Actually, these might be 3 genetic reshuffles. We'll find out. I have no doubt. Okay. Well, let us move on. We'll start picking up some transmissions in the early game, I think, because transmissions are pretty darn good. Now, Central Europe is considered to be a wealthy area, so fomites might actually make sense to start us off. We'll pick that up. That'll help us spread a little faster in Central Europe and get around to its neighbors. And of course, having a good infected presence in the wealthy nations before you start the zombies, or in our case, vampires, is usually a pretty good strategy. Do we want Night Stalkers? Increasing mutation chance might be dangerous for us to start off. I'm going to go for Saliva instead. At least a Saliva 2. I did actually increase mutation chance, but that's pretty much required for blood. The only thing that appears not to do that is Fomites, and Fomites 2 is a little expensive. On the other hand, that's a lot of infectivity. Goodness gracious me. Okay, let's go for Fomites 2 next. Little extra early game infectivity. Once they detect us, they're going to cure us very rapidly. I mean, this is a Necroa virus. The Necroa virus has historically been my weakest type of virus, I find. Okay, we're now in the Balkan states. Greece and Croatia and so on, I think. This is Turkey. Alright, well, we have 24 points to spend. I don't think we want to go with the mutation chance quite yet. Let's get ourselves some resistances. How about drug resistance? Seems pretty good. Do we want some heat resistance? Sure, we'll go for both, actually. And the reason this is important, okay, so when it comes to the Necroa virus, I've explained this in the Mega Brutal campaign, but I'll give you guys a refresher. So my strategy when it comes to the Necroa virus, you want to go under the radar as long as possible, and at least infect every single country. If you can do that before you pop your zombies, you're probably going to be in a good state, because you want to have a presence wherever ZCOM sets up. If, for example, I've infected most of the world, except for, say, New Zealand, ZCOM sets up here, then it's going to be very, very difficult to get my zombies down there in time to fight them. They're going to have a huge early game advantage, and I just don't know if I'll be able to overcome it. Whereas, if I infected everywhere, including New Zealand, even if I only had like 10 zombies here when it starts, that gives me a much, much better chance of catching up and stopping ZCOM before they take a deep root. I can handle them when they're normal, but when they get reinforced, it's hard. New minor disease spreading. Oh joy, they found us pretty early on. Okay. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles, it would appear. Let's go for vampire metabolism. We'll get the extra severity since we've been detected. Anemia, causing pale skin. Doesn't seem that good. Bloodlust, on the other hand, gives me more severity, so we'll pick that up. Supersensory. Supersensory califragilistic expialidocious. Anytime someone says super and then something, I just think supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Virus improves the connections between the neurons. Host is able to hear and see better and can respond instantly on moving objects. Better reflexes. Oh, goody. More severity, though. Let's go ahead and grab the Night Stalkers. This allows for bats, wolves, and cockroaches just like before. We may actually want to go for the bats, but the cockroaches could also be quite good, because we need to get around to some poor countries and so on. I don't know. There's an argument for both, but bats would allow for more land transmission. That said, we haven't even gotten to, like, North America yet. Speaking of which, we've gotten to North America. I'm gonna get bats, and cockroaches cost 14, especially in hot and poor countries. Okay, well that's fine then. They've started working on the cure. It's cause for concern right there, but I think we'll be alright. Placed on the watch list already? Well, this is just downright unfortunate. Okay, well, they're going to work on that cure amazingly fast if we're not careful. Do we want to go for wolves, rural, and mutation chance, or do we go for more bats? I like the idea of going for even more bats. So we're going to go for that. Bat 3, 21 points, very effective, a little lethal though. And I don't want to kill people without using my vampires or my zombies. That's how we will continue to spread. Now, I'm not too worried about the cure progress. I'm mostly just worried about getting a good spread to as many regions of the world as possible. Supersensory just developed for free. We have no idea what that leads to. I guess I need to get anemia. We could get vampire age. Host becomes older with 1/10 times the speed. Okay, we age slower is what you're trying to say. That leads to apparent death. Virus lets the pineal release a high amount of melatonin and puts the hosts to sleep. This gives the virus the opportunity to prepare the host's blood for conversion. Okay, well, great. I'm gonna go for the saliva though. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna go for saliva. Ooh, water. Ooh, I want the water though. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get it, but we're gonna do our darndest. We need to stock up some points so that we will be able to pop this and get our zombies pretty quickly if we need to. We'll see. New Zealand, okay, a few more points. I really need to get, I don't think I can afford to get water at this point. I think I'm gonna have to wait, stock up these points. USA is leading the global cure effort. That's kind of all the time we've got. Let's go for apparent death and let's go for complete vampire regression. All right, so now we're gonna have our zombies. By stem cell gene manipulation, he may call himself a full vampire. Vampire insanity, kinda cool. Our severity is really low though, and as a necrovirus, that's kind of important. Let's see, after life, provide the cells of energy allowing some corpse to be reanimated, not important. Death sleep, decay slower. Bat form. This would be our horde, and we want hordes, so let's grab that. Then there's leadership, increase swarm speed. I would rather have bigger swarms of bats, honestly, but okay. So, we need to get to some island nations and so on before it becomes too much of a problem. I'm going to instantly send some vampires up to Iceland if I can. Are you going to let me? Oh, wait, I don't actually have any vampires yet. They're all just infected. Right. Well, that would pose a little bit of a problem, wouldn't it? Okay, let's send some vampires. Where do I have any vampires? None so far. No one's dead. Well, the cure just finished. Uh-oh. Let's go for the vampire insanity and increase our lethality. I need some vampires, please. Just a couple in every country will do fine. 1, 2, any country. Any countries at all. There we go. All right, so they're curing all these people, but because we got a presence... Well, let's see. For example, Korea was infected, but it's not going to have any zombies. It looks like people just died instead in some of these places. Oh, that is kind of unfortunate. Okay. Well, okay, let's go ahead and instantly send some up to Iceland, though. I want to get these islands more or less covered. Let's go to New Guinea. Worst thing that can happen is that these people are able to set up ZCOM in an island. Corpses disappeared in Central Europe. This morning, bodies, with apostrophe, went missing at the local morgue in Central Europe. The doctors, with a K, don't understand where they disappeared to. Their families are shocked. I'm sorry. Okay. Is this a deed of vandalism or the beginning of something terrible? I'm pretty sure no news organization would seriously ask that question. It's not the start of something terrible. They'd be just like, somebody has stolen all of the bodies. Let's go to the Caribbean. Let's go from Japan to the Philippines. There we go. Just get a little bit of zombification over to all these places. Carotene overproduction symptom mutated for free. Which one is that? Causing razor-sharp claws. Okay, we've seen that before. Mutation actually will be exceptionally useful for us at this point to give us some more time. Do I want to speed up the swarms? You know what? Okay, we're going to speed up the swarms. Evaporation gliding, significantly increasing ocean travel speed. Oh, that sounds kind of nice. Dongard virus 2, turning people into zombies. Well, great. I need more points, though. Okay, we got into Iceland. Good. We do have some in Canada, right? Yeah, sorta, kinda. Let's go from the UK over to Greenland. Let's go from... I don't know. How can I get to Indonesia? I need to get to New Zealand and Australia, though. Japan. Go to Australia, please. How much faster are you going to travel, I wonder? ZCOM active in Norway. Okay, from Germany to Norway immediately, please. Before they are able to strengthen themselves. Zombies destroy Japan. Okay, good. So let's get from, let's say, the Baltic states to... Actually, no. No. Let's just keep sending some more from, like, Germany up to Norway. We need to get more into Norway. They're going to kill these guys off pretty rapidly if we're not careful. Okay, more points are starting to come in. Good. Let's go from New Guinea to New Zealand. Let's go from the Philippines to Indonesia. And we've already got some going to Greenland. I think the rest might be okay, but we really need to keep getting more into Norway before it is too late. I'm going to increase... Actually, I should have done this first. I could increase our swarm size, or I could try to make them better. Nearly impossible to break free. This is combat advantage, I think. That's very severe. The more severe things are, the better. So yes, let's go ahead and get that then. Vampiric Grip. That should increase our combat effectiveness just a little bit. Let's continue to send more from Germany then up into Norway. Just keep ferrying them up there. Now we can go from, let's say, the Middle East to Egypt. Just kind of want to open up some doors, make sure I'm getting into some of these places. We still have zombies on their way to Canada. Mexico's infected. Central America's fine. Okay, we're getting around a little bit. Zombie numbers are growing in Norway. As long as they don't reinforce, we'll be okay. Vampiric masticatory tension. Masticatory muscles become engorged, allowing vampires to bite through thick clothing, combat advantage, and severity. Excellent. Let's pick that up right away. That should increase our numbers in Norway rather rapidly. Now they're trying to set up a new base. Where are they going to go? Probably... Southeast Asia? No, wait. Are you going to New Guinea? You are. Well, I already have some zombies there, so that's actually not a terrible thing for us. Okay. Let's go from China to India. Start getting that population infected. There we go. All right. Oh, wow. They killed New Guinea very, very quickly there, didn't they? Yes, they did. All right. We'll go from Japan then. Send what few zombies are still alive there. Sorry, vampires. Send them off that direction. Wolf Nose. Increasing severity quite a bit. Goodness gracious me. Okay. Well, the problem is we're kind of starving our population. Wow. What happened in Canada and why did they all just die? We've infected places, but these cold areas are not hospitable to us. What has changed? Whoa, they've all starved out. Simultaneously, they all just starved out. No. Seriously, look at this. I'm not kidding. Every single one. They all just died. Is there a single living... There is not a single living vampire. They all plopped over dead. Well, I'm just downright confused. Why haven't we lost the scenario? Did we break it? Wait. We had some guys that were still on the ocean. Right, that's weird. I'm gonna try this one again. I'll meet you guys when I get to kind of a similar spot. Alright, I just got ourselves to the point where we now have some vampires coming in. The only thing I really changed is my transmission strategy. Now that I know that water is a thing, I decided to focus a bit more on this. We got a much stronger spread overall, I think. But now we got some zombies, or vampires, I should say. I'm going to make sure we grab our hordes. I'm going to increase our horde size and speed, and we're going to try to get around and infect some of these islands rather quickly. Australia has some, New Zealand doesn't. Let's go down there. Okay. We were able to get some zombies before the cure was released, so all these countries should have a fairly reasonable number of zombies available, including Australia, which is a great leaping point for so many of these different countries. There we go, that helps. Canada has some, Mexico, pretty much all the countries of the world do have some. The Caribbean does not. Let's go from Miami. There we go. We need to get more in Egypt I'm sorry, not Egypt, Africa as well. Let's go to Madagascar. And the Philippines. Japan. Go to the Philippines. ZCOM starting up in Indonesia. The one place I wasn't sure where they were going to start up. And I'm like, let's send some over to Indonesia next. The only island I missed. Okay, that's fine. Let's spend some of our points now, increasing our strength. Immuno takeover makes sense. We'll go for that instead now. I'm not sure why all the zombies just plopped over dead. It's like they decay really quickly or something. I don't know. But okay. So we are in Indonesia. Let's make sure we are sending more from, let's say, Australia up there. Get plenty of them. I'm going to go for the Vampiric Mysticatory Tension, and we're going to go for the Vampiric Grip for the combat advantage. Vampire Breath does not sound that useful to me. Carotene overproduction is pretty good for the severity. Wolf Nose, again, severity. That's the most important thing with the Necroa virus, because that's the combat effectiveness of your zombies, basically. And Adrenaline Surge is okay. We want to go for Wolf Nose, basically, I think. How are we looking, though? What countries are we missing? Just Africa? The Philippines, it's on its way. That's pretty much it. Let's start making a beeline toward things like Morocco, because I want to start preempting some of these countries before ZCOM can set up a new base. Indonesia, we do have a healthy number of vampires kind of increasing their coven. Let's go into Central Africa next. Doop, 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 doop. Canada is pretty slow. I'm a little worried what could happen there, but we'll see. We'll go from, I guess, Libya to West Africa next. There we go. We are in the Philippines, and I think we now have every country in the world infected. Yes? Botswana and Zimbabwe. My mistake. These two little countries over here that we always forget about. South Africa and East Africa. There we go. Now let's invest in as many vampires as possible. Wolf Nose. Pigmentation suppression. What? Virus switches of the genes of the pigment cells and let them stop working. Vampires will die when exposed to sunlight too long. Less severe, but unlocks new symptoms. Interesting. Not sure how much of a priority this is. Could be kind of fun, though. We might as well try it out. Any abilities I want to know about? Let's see. I could slow down... Okay, hang on. I don't need this. This is the ability to take dead and turn them into zombies using points. It's not too important to me. Death Sleep. Starve less quicker. Wow. You know what? Alright, let's go for the pigmentation suppression. That leads to hypnosis. Increases severity. Okay. The Mercy of Ra? Ra? Ra is the Egyptian god of the sun. Improved reflexes in the iris causes them to moderate more quickly. Moderate? Improves vision in bright sunlight, increases severity, and the iris will color red due to extra blood. Okay, we're gonna go for that. Congenital Talent. Combat advantage. Vampires can't remember who they were and focus only on surviving. Not sure how relevant that is, but let's just kind of pay attention to Indonesia and make sure that we are growing. We are. Not as quickly as I might like, but we are. Let's get the combat advantage. That should improve things a lot. Mental Stabilizing. Gives a significant combat advantage. Okay, that's what I like to see. So Indonesia should be doomed. The question now is, where are they going to send the next ZCOM? I don't know, but we're getting a ton of points. Significant combat advantage and telekinesis. With all the extra brain waves, the vampire becomes able to bend the energy around objects and move them without touching them. Increases combat advantage and severity. That's what I like to see. I'm going to increase my horde size on the off chance I need to send them somewhere. Indonesia is growing very rapidly now. Canada, surprisingly, still quite slow. Let's send some of the American zombies up to the Canada. There we go. Doop, doop, doop. Very slow in Africa as well. Do I need heat resistance? Not sure how much that would affect anything, honestly, but let's reduce their decay rate. There we go. They starve less quicker. That should help. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Keep a good horde of zombies available. Indonesia is destroyed. That should deal with the vampires ZCOM, i.e. the Cult of Van Helsing. I don't know. Vampiric... Nope, that's not vampiric breath. I clicked the wrong one. Oh well, we have our carotene overproduction. Adrenaline surge, developed for free. Not that we needed it, but we have it. Okay, good, good, good. Let's go for... Can't go for the vampire breath. Alright. I guess we are not gonna just knock people over with our terrible breath. But you know it doesn't smell like garlic. So it can't be that. I'm sure it's onions. The whole world now carries the blood of the ancients. Vampires can't feed on each other because a vampire's blood is poisonous, and they'll soon starve. Then the whole world will be empty. It's almost tragic. Almost. Dawnguard Virus 2.0 and its zombies have consumed humanity. There is nothing left. 1 star? I guess we did take it a little slow. Fair enough. But we won, and it's a Necroa virus, and I really care more about winning than doing excellent at this point. But oh well, let's kind of pay attention to our spread. So yeah, this time around, because I followed water instead of going for the early game mutation and such, and we didn't go for any symptoms, my severity is quite low. I was able to go under the radar a little longer, and you're going to see here we got a much better spread. We even got some of these island nations thanks to the boats. But yeah, we were able to react pretty quickly once ZCOM set up. And that was the end of that. All in all, it was a pretty good scenario. I don't really feel like there was anything wrong with it besides just obvious like English and grammar issues, which you guys know I'm a stickler about, but that's about it. I just don't know why all the zombies just promptly fell over dead. Did they seriously just starve to death and I didn't notice? It may be that. Maybe all that happened is I just ignored them long enough and didn't infect any new nations quickly enough that they all just starved to death and that was the end of it. I don't know. I don't feel like that's what happened, but maybe. It was weird, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if it was a bug or not. But anyway, yeah, I'd recommend it. I just think you guys need to get some spell check and get some English translations going. Other than that, though, pretty fun. I liked it better than the first one, actually. I think the Necroa virus works a whole lot better. Thematically appropriate, I might add. Alright, well, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with the Vampire Plague 2 and Plague Inc. Evolved. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then hit that like button, leave a comment suggesting the next plague, and subscribe for my future content. I, as always, will be seeing you guys next time.